Wrexham involved in a 3-3 draw against championship side Sheffield United at the legendary racecourse ground. Wrexham surrendered an equalizer in virtually the last kick of the game. So that tie will be decided in a replay. But there's a bigger conversation going on regarding this club, which we're going to have right now. A little background.
Sure.
Wrexham are a Welsh club. They compete in the 5th tier of English football. In 2020, actors Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney became the owners of the club. A documentary series aired on FX chronicling their arrival and the day-to-day inner workings of the club. That gave Wrexham notoriety in the United States. And ESPN, looking to seize on that, has really shined a light on their FA Cup games this season, putting them on with prominent announcers, sideline reporters, pregame, SportsCenter segments, etc. In the meantime, ESPN and Fox, it must be said, have been criticized by MLS fans for not doing more to promote the league. And so MLS fans are salty that ESPN is giving Wrexham all this attention. They say, why didn't you show that same love to MLS? This has become a big topic on Twitter the last few days. Pro-Rel folks getting involved. I saw you mixing it up with World Soccer Talk's Kartik Krishnaiyer over the weekend. We haven't discussed it on the pod yet, so what say you about all this, Alexi?
Okay, so first things first. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I have not watched Welcome to Wrexham, which is the companion piece, if you will, to Wrexham. And it is really where a lot of the marketing and the attention has been generated, especially when it comes to the global reach. Two things can exist and coexist, and you can love them. I can appreciate and respect and enjoy watching Wrexham, which I did this weekend, watching them in the FA Cup and seeing that joy, seeing that type of environment and that type of cup game. I can enjoy that, and I can defend and enjoy Major League Soccer or USL or NWSL or anything that happens domestically here. And I think there's a lot of people out there that can do that. I think where you get into some interesting territory is, and what I don't abide by, is when you use Wrexham or use the Wrexham situation as a way to promote what you feel is the proper way to either own soccer or to structure soccer or to support soccer, to watch soccer, or to play soccer. Using the Wrexham situation as a way to crap on domestic soccer, whether it's MLS or anything else, for the level of play or the structure of soccer, there's no need to do that, especially because oftentimes many of the arguments are incredibly hypocritical. Okay, and so when you when you look at what Wrexham have done and the way that they have cut through, it's great. It's wonderful. It's incredibly smart. And not surprising in the way that they are catering to either soccer people that are insecure and have this inferiority complex, that want justification for liking soccer and want to be viewed, oftentimes from the outside, as genuine and as authentic and as historic in terms of what they're doing. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that. So enjoy Wrexham, whether it's the actual team that you're watching or whether it's the show that you are watching. But understand that it's not as it's not. There's a romance to it that I get, but the reality of what is happening in terms of, these are rich, famous actors who bought in to this league at a very, $2.5 million or whatever it is, and they are using this as a vehicle to increase the asset value of this property that they have. And yes, from a competitive perspective, that opportunity exists for them to go up and up and up. And how do they do that? They bring in a bunch of new players. They spend a lot of money. So when you scream and yell about, competition and fairness and open systems and meritocracy. It's not really what you're screaming and yelling about. But I love it. I love when people in the United States, we're talking about here, are into soccer, whether it's domestic soccer or whether it's a small soccer team owned by a couple of famous actors who are using it to promote their asset and to influence their asset in a wonderful way, and are putting out entertainment relative to this team that people obviously like. And this comes on the back of the Ted Lasso situation and all that. Look, people being into soccer for whatever reason is a good thing. I like that. I want that to happen. And we can have arguments and disagreements as to why they're doing it and the right and the wrong way, but there's no right or wrong way ultimately to like the game. If you like the game, like the game. Whatever that entree is into the game, that's a good thing. But when you then start talking about the game and other people have differing opinions or point out your BS or point out your hypocrisy when it comes to the way that you are extolling the virtues of your fandom, don't be surprised when that happens. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.